What's up, high speed daddies? How's it going, everybody? You might notice that I'm in a different location today. It is a super space kitchen. I almost said bathroom. Kitchen. We're in the middle of my friend's kitchen because I'm working remotely today. So, Craig, I don't have my usual background. But
when are you going to realize that no one cares where you are?
No one cares.
But I'm still in my dungeon.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Well, I've got a nice shirt on because I was doing a couple of videos like for social media. So I put a nice shirt on for a second.
We can compare shirts. This is my Airborne shirt that I got, when I graduated Airborne school. It's actually got cool wings on the back and stuff too.
Ooh.
Yeah. Veteran.
Mine's just from Target. I don't know. It's that Target brand. What's that Target brand for men that makes you look good? Goodfellow. You seen that?
Did that make you look good? Well, that's debatable, Corey.
It's the glasses and shirt connection that works.
Enough about us, more about the customers, more about our community.
Yeah, I want to talk about what we're talking about today. All right, so what we're talking about today is spending time with your kids outside. Now, I will tell you that I like going outside, but when I first heard of this, I thought of camping. And one thing that I don't like? Camping.
Camping? I got it. Here's a funny coincidence. See, Corey and I didn't coordinate this or anything. I literally went camping with my son 2 days ago.
Wow.
I'll go right into it. It's cool. You want it?
Please,
want me to take it? I got it.
Help
All
me.
right. All right, cool. So going outside camping, especially if you have a boy, right? A son. Whether you're a high-speed dad doing it or mom, whatever it may be, single parent, et cetera, taking a kid camping is always interesting. So we have never gone officially camping in the woods away from our house yet. I have an almost 7-year-old. I think he'd do fine. We just haven't scheduled that in. We have gone camping in our backyard in tents and stuff like that, probably half dozen times. This is the first time that he actually camped in his own tent though. So crawl, walk, run, right? And that's something that I suggest for you people that want to get into camping with your kids. Crawl, walk, run into it. All right. Starting in the backyard near the house, just in case a kid has to go to the bathroom, whatever it may be. There's something along those lines. So we're at the walking phase with my son. Next step will be, hey man, let's go in the woods. Let's do some stuff. But we built our own little fire. We brought a camp stove with us and recreated it. Some of you may have seen it. We did some Facebook story or Instagram stories on it and stuff like that a couple days ago. And it was a great time, except for he was so excited to camp out. He went to sleep before the sun went down because his idea of camping is more like he was, I think, excited just to be in his own tent. He had his own flashlight. He brought a book with him. He had his little, he has a blankie called a Snuggle puppy.
Okay.
And this was prior to High Speed Daddy.
Okay.
So even actually our youngest one has our Whoopee, product placement. But that was his version of a Whoopee, and it has continued. So that's just something to make it more comfortable for them. But it was a great time.
Did you have one when you were a kid? Did you have a little blanket or a little thing?
So too bad my mother's not watching. I still have my blankie.
No, you don't sleep with it, do you?
No, I don't. Oh, thankfully. No, no, I don't sleep with it, but I still have it, and I don't know why. And it's tattered, and it's been sewn in so many different pieces with different color threads and this and that. I think it's kind of like why I haven't officially gotten rid of a lot of my Army gear and clothing yet. I don't know, hanging on to something there. Maybe like my kid would want that someday. Maybe it's just a great talking point and bar story, like kind of what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and not in a bar, so we're safe. Six feet apart.
Exactly. Yeah, well, a little bit more than 6 feet apart, but
yeah, a couple states. 6 states apart.
But yeah, so camping was a lot of fun, except for he woke up in the middle of the night and he's like, "What's that sound?" "Hey, Daddy," calls over through the tent, and we were up for a couple hours after that. But he eventually got back down.
Nice.
And then I woke up early. I got a little fire started for him to keep him warm. Things like that when he woke up in the morning, and it was
Joey's making fun of you.
You would have been worried.
Oh no, he said it's good. You immediately made a blanket manly. He said,
"There's nothing the matter with a little Whoopee blanket."
Yeah, I don't have anything right now. I just like snuggling my wife, and that works for me. But I did have a little little rabbit. I think it was called Rabby. Rabby was his name, and I just like snuggling up against my nose like my kids do now, and it's comforting. It's something comforting.
Exactly. And that's exactly why we created our own line of Woobies. And I don't want to get too much into products because those of you that follow us know that we have, these aren't military blankets called poncho liners, Woobies, except we're unique in that we make them in 3 different sizes. Instead of just for adults, we make them in toddler and baby sizes as well. You can go check them out on our website, highspeeddaddy.com. Yeah. But so that was kind of our camping experience. And that's a lot of fun. We love doing that when the weather gets nice. Gets you outside, just a change of pace, a change of scenery. And there's something to be said for a connection to nature as well. Mm-hmm. And getting kids to appreciate nature and teaching them to clean up after themselves and not leave trash out there and things along those lines as well.
There's a lot of our KC fam watching from Culture City. And I think that, my little guy, he's a sensory kid. And so we try to get out as much as possible and let him connect with nature. And it's just feet on the ground and just breathing that air and seeing the trees. And, it's not video games and it's not movies and it's not a TV series. It's something a little bit different. And so, even we went on a walk this morning, just a small walk as a family has some big changes. So, it's a big thing to connect them to nature for sure. For sure.
And I'm going to reference Tommy Thompson here. He just put in that he's more of a glamping kind of guy. That's okay. Here, more funny story. I was an Army infantryman. You can't get more camping or roughing it. They call it grunt life for a reason, right? You're out there and you're, embracing the suck, worst of worst. And most of the time you don't have a tent and you're just literally just sleeping under whatever the elements are. Anyway, I don't need to get into that right now. But my father, referencing my past, was a glamping guy. I never, ever went camping with my father because that was not what he liked to do. He was not that type of guy. However, he did know enough that I was interested in stuff like that he got me into the Boy Scouts of America. And back then it was a little bit different. But I did a lot of camping. I came up through a camping world and through the Boy Scouts, tiered system, whatever it may be, these days. But, I came up through that and got a lot of that camping kind of inbred in me. And I had a lot of fun through that and learned a lot of things through that experience as well. So that's, something out there. If you guys are not into it yourselves, but you think your kid might be, or you want to just have them experience it, is to get them involved in an activity or a group like that.
I mean, I'll be honest, I want to do some traveling right now, especially with kind of the stay-at-home culture that we're in. Mm-hmm. But I would like to just take my minivan to an Airbnb.
There's nothing the matter with that.
I know. I just
nothing at all.
Real here. I think it's because I had a couple bad camping experiences with my dad when I was a kid, and it ruined it for me a little.
Of course.
So part of me wants to try it out. Part of me wants to go back there and try it out. But I feel like it's almost embarrassing, bro, that I lack some of the skills. Like, I don't know if I could start a fire without a lighter, Mm-hmm. I can't do that. The basic survival skills, like I just was not taught those by my dad. So,
same thing. Yeah, no, like it was very similar. My father did knots and stuff like that because he was, a boating guy. Actually, he hates boats, but my mother was a boating woman and he had to learn how to tie knots to help her out. But anyway, but very, very similar. There's nothing to matter. YouTube will teach you everything these days on what you want to learn about anything survival or prepping or anything along those lines. I have several good books that I've read that I can't think of, what their names are at the moment.
That's okay.
There's all sorts of references and resources out there for you to learn that stuff, Corey, in case you want to go over it now, or just a different hobby, a different activity to teach the kids one day. And the best thing to do on learning an activity is learning how to teach it to someone else and pass it on as well, right? And speaking of that, and we'll change subject a little bit, it's still outdoor activities. I was thinking about this right before we got on, was that there's nothing much more, how do I want to phrase this, than being an American dad or whatever it may be, than teaching your kids how to ride a bicycle or how to play ball, whether it's basketball, baseball, soccer, or football, something along those lines. So now that the weather's, breaking, it's nicer and all that stuff, is teaching them how to do that. And I think that's let alone, I would say responsibility as a dad. I don't want to put that pressure on you, but I would say it would very much deepen your connection with your kids if you were to teach them one, anything, but two, we're talking about outside activities, is riding a bicycle or playing some version of a sport, right? Or just playing catch with them. There's so many classical references to that stuff, even in movies nowadays, where, kids have been disconnected from their parents or something. And years later, the old man and, the guy, Field of Dreams, right? Field of Dreams. I'm not dating myself too much there, but I kind of am with Field of Dreams. So, to just reference Joseph real quick. No, I have not done jungle survival training. No, I have not done SEER training, survival, escape, resistance, and evasion. But I've studied up on a lot of that stuff. Dude, golfing. Now, personally, I'm not a golfer, right? Have a lot of great friends that are golfers that go golfing all the time. I've gone out a couple times with them, bachelor parties, impressed them all with my skills of non-golf related stuff. But yeah, definitely just passing on some version of that, tradition and whatnot. So, lots of great stuff going on there.
I love it. And as far as like when you're outdoors and you're camping and I know we're talking a lot about camping because of me, but like,
it's cool.
What type of food do you make? Do you make it by the fire? Is it mostly like hot dogs and stuff like that you can grill over the fire? Or what do you do?
Whatever you want. So this time, in the past, I've done hot dogs on over open fire. I've done hot dogs on a tailgating grill, Coleman, grill, stuff
George
like that.
Foreman grill or something.
George Foreman. In the past, I literally had my MSR International any fuel or white fuel for you camping nerds out there, in a little thing with a little camping pot on top to boil water to put on top of a freeze-dried meal. We actually did that this time because I kind of want to get him more experience to what it's really going to be like if, hey, you're going to put some stuff in a backpack and you're going to hump your own stuff into the woods, right? So I kind of made him do that crawl, walk, run, right? So, I made him pack he's the only person on the planet that has a miniature version of a High-Speed Daddy backpack. I'm going to tell you guys that right there. And he's had one for the last year and a half or so. You can do that when you're the business owner and you can pull strings and stuff. I will tell you, and I can't give you any date yet, we will launch something like that in the future. I don't know when it's going to be. Please don't hold me to that stuff. Please don't ask me when it's going to be. We will launch it at some point in the future. Anyway, there's your little, I blew the surprise of the future and stuff like that. But anywho.
Oh, Matt says MREs. What do you?
Oh yeah. Look at Matt.
He's in the other room. He's right next to me.
Yeah, meals ready to eat. So I did the actual camping version, mountain house version, freeze-dried meals, which is still an MRE of sorts. Yeah. But I have not let Dom, my son, suffer to eat a official Army MRE. I do have some stashed away from a couple years ago, and stuff like that. And, it's good to have some stuff as a prepper on standby when you never know, right? Yeah. I do have MREs part of my bug out bag. If any of you people out there in our community reference some previous lives.
Nice. Joey's cracking me up today in the comments.
But that's what the bubble gum is. That's what the gum is for, the chiclets. You know that, Joe. So, we'll go some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Take it over to the, this is a good time to mention the men's only High-Speed Daddy Provide, Protect, Connect private Facebook group. So guys, if you're watching, any members of our KC fam or anybody watching the HSD channel, come join us in High-Speed Daddy Provide, Protect, Connect private community where we support awesome, wonderful dads like the ones that are tuning in right now. So, hopefully, I learned a little. I'd say I'm like 5% more inspired to go out and camp.
I can see how this goes. Hey man, I'm out with Raj right now. What should I do with it? I don't know. Oh man, it's midnight. He won't go to sleep. Oh.
And I'm watching Kimmy Schmidt on my iPhone in the middle of a tent in the middle of the forest. Yeah. I don't think so.
You know what was cool about it is once he went down to sleep early, I actually got some solitude time by myself around a little fire, which was cool. And I did a little story on it, just said reflection time, because it was good for me personally to help fill my tank a little bit, just get some thoughts out there, some version of a meditation or something around an open fire. Like I said, kind of connected me back to childhood memories of, camping out, Boy Scouts and things along those lines,
Mhm.
which was actually really cool. So I had a great time, and thank you to my wife who manned the house with the other little ones while I was able to do that with the oldest boy. So it's cool.
Beautiful. Well, hey, everybody, listen, happy early Father's Day. It's coming up pretty soon. So enjoy your Father's Day. And that just means treat your family with kindness and respect. And, hopefully you communicated your wants and needs if you have them as a father for Father's Day. And have a great one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't forget about our Father's Day bundle going on right now. Okay. Three for the price of one. This is the best deal High Speed Daddy has ever done in the history of High Speed Daddy. So full backpack, medium
lunch bag, first aid kit,
the whole system, $99.
Yeah, essentially buy the backpack, you get the lunch bag and the first aid kit for free. The first aid kit attaches to either the lunch bag or the backpack if you want. It's literally the best deal we've ever run. So much value there, and quantities are starting to get close to limited. We are starting to run out of some stuff. If you're interested in certain colors, I would jump in there sooner than later. Plus, Father's Day is on Sunday, and depending on where you live, today or tomorrow is probably the last day you could order with expedited shipping, which we offer, to get it to your house in time for Father's Day. However, we will run the sale through Father's Day on Sunday, and if you're interested, obviously, go check that out. And it could arrive after the date. And trust me, any dad will understand. Any father will understand.
All right, people. We'll see you next, whatever day this is, Wednesday at
next 4:30. Wednesday, 4:30 Eastern time.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great one.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. See you.